Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a supernatural thriller film, The Gift. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. Annie is a fortune teller. A year ago her husband got a job at a cable factory in the tiny town of Brixton. So Annie and their 3 sons moved along to the place. However, not long after they settled down, her husband died from an explosive accident at the factory. Annie struggled to support the whole family's living by offering the fortune-telling service. Annie was born in a family with the capability of foretelling the future, and she's incredibly blessed with that gift. Many of the townsfolk come to her to tell their troubles, and she definitely helps them a lot, reading their fortune, feeling their pains and giving advice. Gradually, they trust and depend on her. Yet she still can't let go of the fact that although she was able to feel her husband's danger, she could do nothing to save him. In the town, a miserable housewife, whose husband is a farmer and frequently abuses her, comes to Annie for help very often. One day, she goes find Annie again, with one eye bruised and swollen. Reading cards for her, Annie advises she should leave her abusive husband, and tries to convince her that her husband is just a coward, who won't go find her and kill someone. The wife trusts Annie, but still doesn't dare leave him. One night the battered wife slips out what Annie said. The husband, with an angry mustache, rushes to Annie's house immediately. He holds a voodoo doll, and calls Annie a witch and a Satan, and threatens if she doesn't leave his business alone, he will hurt her family. After that, Annie thinks it is over. One night, as Annie and her sons happily walks back home, a malicious spell is heard coming from the bedroom. She goes in to find out the sound is actually from her radio, and someone used her cards to make the word Satan on the bed. The next day, she tells the police she bets the angry mustache did it, because he threatened to do something evil to her family. However, the police believe although the angry mustache is a violent guy, but he doesn't dare break into someone's house illegally, so the police just leave, unwilling to take that seriously. Knowing that Annie called the police, the angry mustache turns angrier. He goes find her again, waiting before her house. Seeing Annie's little son walking out, he starts to insult and threaten his family. The little boy is scared and stunned. Buddy, one of Annie's regular clients, witnesses what happened. He then madly hits the angry mustache's truck, but spares his mustache instead. The angry mustache puts a gun to Buddy's head, but Buddy begs him to pull the trigger, which scares his mustache greatly, and therefore extinguishes his anger. He just leaves soon before Buddy could do anything stupid. Buddy is a poor guy, who was abused very often by his father since he was little. He's very irritable and mentally unstable in his adulthood, so he regularly comes to Annie for guidance. Annie encourages him to communicate with his father to heal his childhood trauma, but he loses control and gets aggressive each time, because he's filled with resentment against his father. Annie still shows her patience and understanding, which he's really grateful for. Annie feels insecure due to the angry mustache's harassment, and prepares a baseball bat beside her bed just in case, but she's haunted by nightmares. One night, she suffers a nightmare again, in which someone tries to choke her with bare hands, but luckily she wakes up right before dying of suffocation. The next day Annie meets a friend at the school gate, and is told that Jessica was found missing last night, and the police is looking around for her now. She is confused and worried by Jessica's sudden disappearance. She still remembers the day she first met Jessica. A few months ago, when her son had a fight with other boys, Annie was asked to meet the principal, who was exactly the horny Jessica's fiancé. Right there, she met Jessica, who came to find her honey. Knowing Annie is a fortune teller, Jessica wanted Annie to read her fortune. Annie agreed and did feel and see a vision of a pencil falling into the water, and the horny Jessica standing with her bare feet covered in mud. However, Annie didn't mention to them the horrible scene she saw, because she wasn't quite sure what that meant at that time. The second and last time she met the horny Jessica was at a party, and the principal was there too. Yet Annie accidentally saw Jessica having a quickie with a hormone-smelly guy right in the stinky restroom. When she got a chance to chat with the principal, she confirmed that he had no idea of his fiancé's hormone-casual lifestyle. Considering that it's none of her business, she didn't breathe a word about it. On the other hand, she was afraid of hurting his feelings. Actually, he's so attractive to her because he kind of looks like her late husband. But knowing that he was engaged to the horny Jessica, she decided to keep her distance. In the present day, Annie gets a call from Jessica's father. Since the police can't seem to find any leads, He thinks Annie may be able to help find his daughter with her psychic powers. Annie accepts the request. One night, Jessica's anxious father, fiancé, and the local sheriff come to her house. While she reads cards for the father, the disbelieving sheriff thinks what she does is just some hocus pocus and sounds extremely absurd. Due to the distraction from the sheriff, Annie fails to feel anything about Jessica. She says sorry to the father and stops the reading. That evening, Anne dreams that she walks in a garden where she sees herself placed beside a lake surrounded by flowers and a chain dripping blood. She's horrified by that and wakes up. She decides to take a walk in the front yard for a breath. When she pets her dog, water starts to drip on her hand from somewhere. Looking upward, she is shocked to see a vision of Jessica, chained up and floating in the pond water. She realizes Jessica may have been murdered and chained up into a pond. The next day, she tells the sheriff about it. He disbelieves her, but is willing to give it a try. Following her instructions, the police unexpectedly find a garden the same as that in her dream, which is located on the Angry Mustache's property. They find the horny corpse of Jessica from underwater. Although the Angry Mustache insists he has nothing to do with that. He gets arrested immediately, after the police discover some scratches on his arm. In the trial, he says the horny scratches were made by the horny Jessica at a bar, which he can't prove though. At the same time, he behaves violent, and blames Annie for his sufferings, keeping saying that she is an evil witch. Since he can't prove his innocence, the jury convicts him. Walking out of the courthouse, Annie sees Buddy waiting for her right there. He tells her he's in a bad mental situation and wants her guidance. In a bad mood, Annie just wants to get out of the place, so she refuses him and rushes to leave. That evening, she gets a call from Buddy's mother. Knowing that he ties up his father to a chair in the backyard and douses him in gasoline, Annie hastily gets there and tries to stop him. However, he loses his mind and can't stop screaming about how his father abused him. Then, he lights a match, and his father is burnt alive. Buddy is thrown into a psychiatric hospital. Getting through all this, Annie is exhausted but tries to heal. Gradually, life begins to get back to normal. At the same time, she starts a relationship with the principal. One day, when she is about to take a shower, she is frightened to see a vision of Jessica sitting in the tub. She gets confused about why Jessica comes back to haunt her and tells the principal about it. He listens patiently and suggests they can visit her grave sometime. Not long after that, Annie gets another vision about Jessica, of a basin filled with blood, and someone holding an axe coming to her. Annie is so scared, and then realizes that Jessica keeps haunting her, trying to tell her the true killer is still at large. She goes find the senior police officer in charge of Jessica's case, hoping that the police can reinvestigate the murder. He flatly refuses her request, thinking that it's a waste of time because all the evidence points to the Angry Mustache. Annie doesn't give up and threatens if he doesn't do so, she will expose the hormone relationship between Jessica and the officer, who's actually the guy playing a fast hormone game with Jessica at the party. Unwilling to risk his future career, the officer promises he will reopen the case. Leaving there, she drives home and is surprised to see the principal waiting for her. Knowing that Jessica constantly haunting her, he's pretty worried and suggests Annie read cards to see what Jessica wants. Annie agrees to help, but gets nothing no matter how hard she tries. Thinking that it may work beside the pond where Jessica was found, they get there later. Then Annie sees the vision of what happened that night. After a fight with the Angry Mustache at a bar, Jessica planned to drive home. The principal showed up and challenged her why she betrayed him. However, the horny Jessica seemed to feel no guilt for her hormone casual lifestyle, even if they were getting married soon. After taking her to a pond, the principal is so outraged that he strangled her with his bare hands. Knowing the truth, Annie is scared but has to keep calm. The sensitive man sees through her and decides to take her out. He then bashes her down with a flashlight. But before he could hit her again, Buddy shows up and knocks him out suddenly. Then they put the principal into the trunk and drive to the police station. On the way, Buddy explains he just escaped from the hospital and will come back there to continue the treatment after guarding her to the police station. Later at the police station, Annie tells the police what happened, causing the principal to be arrested soon. When she tries to find Buddy, he has left. However, the sheriff tells her the principal admits he's the murderer, but it is impossible that Buddy saved her, because he has committed suicide by hanging himself right in that afternoon. Annie's shocked and can't believe that, because she still holds the handkerchief Buddy gave her on the way. In the end, she finally understands it's Buddy's ghost that came to save her and guided her out of her sufferings. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Bye.